you get?
Square root 15.
I got 14. Let's look. It would be a squared plus b squared plus c squared. So 4 plus 9. That is 13. And it is positive, even though it's plus or minus, because it's the radius of that circle, or it's the hypotenuse, you can think of it that way. Oops. And those are always positive. So if you didn't have that triangle, now you do. And we can find the trig ratios. Sine, cosine, okay, Adrian, what's the sine of alpha? So we have opposites over hypotenuse for sine. So opposite's negative 2, hypotenuse square root of 13. Good about that? All right, Antonio, what about the cosine of alpha?
Negative 3 over square root of 13.
Yep. Adjacent over hypotenuse, negative 3 over square root of 13. Excellent. Abby, what about the tangent?
Negative 2 over 3.
Yep, good. Opposite over adjacent, but when I simplify it, what do I get?
2 over 3.
2 over 3 because negative over a negative is a positive. So do go ahead and reduce it. But yes, that's right. Jack, what about the cosecant?
Negative 13 over negative 2.
That's right. I'm going to put the negative with the top, but it's the same thing. Candy, what about secant? Oh,
That would be the square root of 13 over negative 3.
Yep. Yes. And then, Annabeth, what about cotangent?
3 over 2.
Absolutely right. Good. All that we've been doing basically culminates here. This is the big deal. Okay, now we're going to put this kind of with this kind of stuff that we were doing. So now, instead of telling you the ordered pair, I'm going to give you a value like here. We know the sine, and they tell you the tangent. Not exactly, but they tell you if it's positive or negative.
I have a calculator question.
Oh, okay. And then we're going to figure out which quadrant it's in. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. Yeah, it's not 64. All this other stuff here. You have to get this by itself. Yeah, but you can't. You can't put these two together. Because this you have to do the times before. You can't actually times that because we don't know what that is yet. So you've got to figure out a way to. Yes. Cosecants, you're supposed to get. No, these are supposed to be just ratios. I did say on angle. Gotcha. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're just trying to figure out which quadrant. So I know that sine is negative. So all students take calculus. That's not a C. There we go. And it says here, it tells me exactly what sine is. So if sine is negative, what quadrants is sine negative in? 3 and 4. Good. Yep, those two. Because first quadrant is always positive, and the second quadrant, sine is positive. Then we have tangent is negative. So in which quadrants is tangent negative?
2 and 4.
Yep. Not all, never, because all is positive. Here, it can be T because tangent is positive there. And 4. So where they overlap is in the fourth quadrant. And I'm going to, for now, just say, hey, there's my reason. Because those two overlap there. So all that was to tell me that this is in quadrant 4. And now we're going to draw and label that reference triangle. I know it's in the fourth quadrant. I'm not drawing it to scale. I'm just drawing a reference triangle. It's got to have a reference angle. Yes, ma'am.
The adjacent side is 4.
Yes. Yes. You're jumping ahead of me, but you're right. Sine of alpha is negative 3/5. So remember, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite side would have to be negative 3. Because we're going down. And the hypotenuse, across from the right angle, would have to be 5. And the missing side here is 4. It's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. But you could do the Pythagorean theorem if you didn't know it was 4. Looks like that. I guess we'll stop. Did you finish? Yeah, not really.